This week, something unexpected stirred my spirit. Welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Chevy. Despite the black flies being out in full force, we managed to set up a tent by the pond so we could still enjoy some quiet time in nature. There's something so healing about being close to the water, especially when everything else slows down. I watched dragonflies land softly on the tent, frogs leap from the edge of the pond, and then there he was again, the beaver. He's been around for a little while now, but this week it felt different. Like he's chosen to make this place his home too. Watching him, I felt this wave of gratitude, not just for the wildlife or the stillness, but for the life I get to live now. A slower, simpler one. One that allows room for reflection, reverence, and deep listening. It reminded me of the years I spent working alongside Native American communities, well over a decade of my life. During that time, I was humbled to learn from many elders and knowledge keepers. Their teachings help shape not just how I understand the land, but how I move through life. One of the things I learned was the meaning behind land acknowledgements. A land acknowledgement isn't just a formality. It's a living expression of gratitude, respect, and truth-telling. It honors the original stewards of the land and their deep, ongoing connection to it. Land is part of who we are, says Mary Lyons of the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe. And when doing a land acknowledgement, it starts with deeper inner reflection. All of that came rushing back to me as I watched the beaver swimming across the pond, so focused and so deliberate. In Anishinaabe culture, the beaver symbolizes wisdom among the 7 grandfather teachings. He uses his natural gifts wisely and transforms his environment in sustainable ways, not just for himself, but for his whole family. That image stayed with me. Later, I noticed a branch near the pond, stripped clean and smooth, likely by the beaver himself. It felt like a quiet offering. I picked it up and realized it would make a perfect new walking stick, a gift in a way. A reminder from the beaver to move through the world with wisdom, to shape my surroundings with care and intention, and to use my own gifts in service of something greater than myself. Years ago, I helped lead a group of young people in a project that partnered with an Indigenous leader. Together, we created resources to help non-Indigenous folks learn how to acknowledge the land in sincere, personal ways. That work was part of the Halton Youth Initiative, a beautiful, youth-led effort rooted in building relationships, strengthening voice, and fostering understanding. If you're curious to learn more, I've linked those resources below. And in the spirit of slow living, I want to close today's reflection with my own land acknowledgement, written just this week as I was watching our little friend by the pond. As a biracial woman of Black and white heritage, I want to begin by humbly acknowledging that I live, work, and create on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples, specifically the Ojibwe, Chippewa, and Potawatomi nations. Although I am not Indigenous, I hold deep reverence for the sacredness of this land and the original stewards who lived in relationship with it for generations. I am continually nurtured by the wildlife, forests, rivers, and sky that surround me. And I feel my own spirit come alive in their presence. I give thanks to my Creator for the beauty and grounding I receive here. In speaking these words, I commit to walking more gently, learning more deeply, and honoring the truths and responsibilities that come with living on this land. I'd love to invite you to try writing your own land acknowledgement this week. Let it be an act of gratitude, a quiet moment to pause and reflect on where you are and who has come before you. If you feel inspired to do so, I'd be honored if you shared how it went in the comments. Did it open something in you? Did it help you feel more rooted in the land beneath your feet? If you like this video, then here's another video you'll like about how a Native elder taught me to live more simply, including the wisdom of the 7 grandfather teachings. Until next time, may we all walk a little slower with wisdom and care.